The balance of peacefulness and power of a waterfall draws me in every time. There's nothing I love more than finding a lush oasis in the middle of the bush, grounding myself on the rocky pool's edge and feeling the cool mist on my skin. These moments by the falls remind me that everything in nature follows a similar rhythm. It's a reminder to have faith that everything in life, like water, finds its way, carving new paths in its own time. Maybe that's why I'm drawn to these places. They teach me to let go and to let things flow. This morning we're at the track head of Josephine Falls, and the walk-in is relatively short and flat. Over the next couple of days, we have a myriad of waterfalls in our sights. Josephine Falls are famous for their multi-tiered cascade, with water flowing down 3 main levels. And the pool waters have this vivid emerald colour, contrasting beautifully with the surrounding dense rainforest and smooth granite rocks. As the first falls in our waterfall adventures, standards have been set pretty high, as this place is spectacular. We've just arrived here at Nandroya Falls and getting ourselves ready for what's meant to be a 5-kilometre round trip hike. The hiking trail here passes through some beautiful ancient rainforest, and it's filled with towering trees, palms and giant ferns, and it showcases the wilder side of the Tablelands. You cross some small streams and you might even spot wildlife, mainly rainforest birds, dragonflies and butterflies. But also keep an eye out for those sunbathing snakes.
We are on our way walking to some waterfalls, second waterfall of the day, number 2, and we've just been warned that there's a tiger snake hanging out sunbathing on the rocks next to the waterfall. So we're a little bit terrified, but also I'm a little bit interested. Haven't really seen a tiger snake in the wild, so a little bit excited for that.
I'm more worried because I can't see it. I feel like that should be a pile of rocks. You be careful, Rohan.
Instructions they gave us were, there's a pile of rocks and it's in a little hole. There are rocks everywhere, all in piles. So yeah, which one has the venomous snake?
I don't think I want to find out.
You haven't seen any snakes this trip? None?
I've seen snakes before. I'm good.
Yeah, reptiles are.
No, on bush tracks. I saw a red belly just outside of Sydney on the coastal track. So it was a big one.
Little sky creatures.
No, yeah. I don't want to hang around here. I'm not swimming. I don't want to hang around, set up the drone. I'm out of here. I'm just going to count it as exercise and call it a day. Okay. We just started heading back to the car, and then I realized that we hadn't actually made it to the main falls that we came to see. It was just the first falls, and I got totally distracted by the tiger snake. So now we have to go back down to the tiger snake falls, cross it without coming across the tiger snake, and then go to the main falls.
The main waterfall at Nandroya is spectacular at about 50 metres high, with an elegant but powerful drop that creates a dramatic curtain of water as it plunges over a steep basalt rock face. This tall single drop waterfall is framed by lush greenery, and it gives a serene and untouched feel. If you only have time for a few waterfalls in the Tablelands, I would encourage you to put this one high on the priority list. Emboldened by the company of a few others at the falls, I couldn't help but jump in for a refreshing swim under the cascading waters of Nandroya. After cooling off in the pools of Nandroya, it was time to hike ourselves back up out of the valley, past the possible tiger snake, and on to the next waterfall for the day.
That's a shame. That was the waterfall I had starred, so we'll go to the other one. Chupala. Probably. That sounds right.
Chupala Falls are accessible via a short, relatively easy hike through a scenic rainforest trail, making it a pretty convenient addition to a day of exploring the nearby waterfalls. These falls are possibly a little lesser known in the Tablelands, and consequently the trail seems a little less maintained and a little more overgrown, although there is a lot of beauty in that. Chupala Falls is a gorgeous multi-tiered waterfall, with water flowing over several rocky ledges before continuing downstream. The water has cut through the stone in intricate ways that creates multiple veil-like cascades from the main fall. Unfortunately, the access to the upper falls had been closed off due to some track damage, but thanks to the drone we were able to capture the views over the river and to mountains beyond. Although I believe it used to be possible to climb down to the bottom pool for a swim, this had been closed off due to a bit of landslide damage on the track. It also meant that we had a very tiny little platform on which to view the falls and an extra challenging landing spot for the drone. It's a new day and we're ready for some new waterfalls. We slept a little stealthily last night, but have gotten up early to be greeted by a very serene morning by the creek. According to Rohan, these are the best waterfalls so far. They're on the roadside. As you've probably already guessed, the Atherton Tablelands is breathtaking and located in the hinterlands of tropical North Queensland. It's well known for lush rainforests, volcanic landscapes, and of course, its waterfalls. But what I didn't expect was rolling green hills that we drove through that were just as special. As we set off for our second day of hiking, we were ready to explore the famous waterfall circuit of Ilanja, Zilly, and Milla Milla Falls. With a big day ahead of us, we were also thankful for the Tablelands' higher altitude and cooler microclimate.
I thought it was the platypus dance. They were right. It's slippery when it's wet. Good morning. Now the waterfall's too loud and I can't talk to the camera, so I'll talk to you later. Very slippery.
A short and slippery trail from the car park takes you to the multi-tiered cascade of Ilanja, which tumbles gracefully over dark volcanic rocks. This area is also known for spotting platypus, but this wasn't going to be our lucky location for the day. Good morning. We're up for another day of chasing waterfalls. We finally made it to the Atherton Tablelands, and already my mind is blown.
Breathtaking.
So beautiful out here, just rolling hills as far as the eye can see. It was misty morning, absolutely spectacular. We've just come back up from Elijah Falls, and we've had a lovely morning. We had a really successful stealth camp last night in the national park, and also had a very exciting moment this morning. Do you want to tell everybody about that?
Yes, we got challenged a few weeks ago by my dad to go out and spot a platypus because they're so hard to find. They're incredibly shy animals, and you really have to be looking out at the right time to spot one. And guess what we saw this morning?
Our first platypus in the wild.
Oh yeah, finally. I think we've been looking for one back since like Tasmania. We were looking for one there, and that was years ago. Yeah. And so, yeah, we know that there are a bunch around kind of this area.
Yeah, and now we've broken our drought of seeing wildlife. We've struggled so much.
So much.
So feeling very excited about that. But Now we're just going to continue along the waterfall circuit around here. We've just stopped at, ooh, I've already forgotten the name.
Zilla?
Zilla Falls.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. So we'll go and check that one out. We'll see you there.
A lot of waterfall names to remember. What does that say? Zilly Falls.
Zilly Falls, not Zilla.
Not Zilla. The next one is Milla.
Yeah, just combine them. Go this way, that way. We find your own way adventure. Got that on camera.
Very slippery. Very slow.
I'm gonna put the camera away.
In my opinion, Zilly Falls offers a more rugged and dramatic experience compared to its neighbours on the waterfall circuit. The main lookout is a few hundred metres from the car park and it provides a view over the top of the falls. But after following a small informal path to the bottom of the falls, I was blown away by yet another lush rainforest oasis. Milla Falls are the most accessible of the waterfall circuit. As we had also made this the last waterfall of the morning, it meant it was the most crowded. So it's best to visit this one early if you're keen on a more private swim. Milla Falls is a stunning 18-metre single drop waterfall, with water cascading over basalt cliff into a large, calm swimming pool below. The symmetry and the beauty of these falls make it look almost too perfect to be natural. After a morning of chasing waterfalls, we arrived in a lumber pocket in Yungaburra. We were hoping to see a few more of our shy, egg-laying, duck-billed, river-dwelling mammal friends. I think it's telling us to be quiet because there are platypus in this river. The trails in a lumber pocket follow the course of Peterson Creek, where it's almost a sure thing to be able to spot a platypus or two. The trails are pretty leisurely and there's a couple of gorgeous suspension bridges to cross. You'll probably need to practice a little bit of patience, but that just makes this place a genuinely relaxing little spot. And almost certainly, after a little bit of time, you will see some of these guys. You can tell when it's about to come up because there's bubbles. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's playing in the mud again. See the tail? Oh my god. So cute. There's hundreds up here having a chat.
They're literally just all around us.
Oh my god.
Today has been wonderful. We have now seen 3 platypus in the wild, which is super cool and most definitely broken our wildlife drought. We've spent the past couple of days exploring the myriad of waterfalls that exist in this area. My legs are exhausted, but we've now settled down into a bush camp for the night, a little bush camp that's between Yungaburra and Atherton. and I feel great because I've just had a shower to wash away 2 days worth of hiking, sweat and bush camping. The lady at the sort of check-in here also pointed out a whole bunch more waterfalls that we are yet to explore, so I know what tomorrow holds. This place is just phenomenal. Like, the landscape here and all of the nature to get yourself into is just never ending. This place is just so remarkable and will forever hold a special place in my heart.